Lights, camera, action, you dig? Welcome back, traders and collectors. It's your favorite Pokeplumber here, fleshing out the latest news and the hobby updates. Whether it's breaking leaks, rare finds, or market trends, I got the tools to keep your collection growing and your profits flowing. What's going on, everybody? It's your favorite plumber. Hope you're doing well. I'm doing pretty well myself. But we are super consistent lately. You know, I hate when I'm consistent because then it goes into the algorithm and then it brings so many negative people. But for the core people that are here for the videos, you guys are the very best. It's like everybody hates. It's like once you like branch out a little bit, it's like jealousy, hate, anger. I don't want to thrive to be better. Oh, this guy shows his collection to show off. No, it's part of the journey. And you guys are sharing it with me. And for everybody that's here, you know that. But what's going on, everybody? First things first is today is the last day to enter your Glory of Team Rocket booster box giveaway. All you have to do is like, comment, subscribe, hit that little bell notification, and then you're a chance to win a Glory of Team Rocket booster box. If it's free, it's for me. Damn right, baby. Ancient Origins is currently on eBay right now. Last time I checked, it was at $6,100. Where do you think this is going to end? Is this going to end at 7? Is it going to end at 8? Or are we going to do the unthinkable and hit 10? Ancient Origins is my favorite set from the XY era. I've been saying for quite some time it is super underrated. You have Shiny Ray on the front. You have Primal Groudon on the one side. You have Tyranitar, Mega Tyranitar on the other. And on top you have Hoopa! Hoopa Ring! Ale Hoopa Ring! Ale Hoopa Ring! Someone told me I need to be more professional. Should I just sit here and be like... Sorry if I have a personality. Do you want to sit here and we'll just stare at each other? Do you want to sit in a pitch black room, stare at each other, not see any Pokemon, and just talk about the market? Because that'll be really exciting. So I was going through ETBs, right? And I'm looking at the prices of a lot of Scarlet and Violet ETBs. You have Prismatic, you know, 130, 140. I mean, it's give or take. It depends where you're looking. Then you have, you know, your 151 over 200 bucks. Then you have Paldean Fates 180, 190. And then I was like, you know what? Let me look at Sword and Shield ETBs. I'm just curious where they're at. So I looked up Champion's Path. Champion's Path, $120. Pokemon Go. I'm saying it. Pokemon Go, $90. Celebrations, $225. Crown Zenith, $190. It's crazy to me that your Scarlet and Violet ETBs are way more expensive than your specialty sets of the Sword and Shield era. So maybe, just maybe, your Sword and Shield era ETBs are a little bit underpriced. So in a booming and crazy market, there's always a silver lining. Those ETBs aren't the most expensive. I know Champion's Path isn't the best set. I know the promo was the most graded promo in the history of Pokemon. It's a fact. But Champion's Path has 2 beautiful Zards, right? The rest of the set is absolute trash. So I'm not saying it's a good set, but it's like hit or miss. But you have 2 really cool Zards. Pokemon Go, they've really let us down with Pokemon Go, but I do think the box art's cool with Mewtwo on it. And I like that Mewtwo card. I'm not even gonna lie. Like Mewtwo, like in the city, like that's cool to me. And then Celebrations with the Greninja. We all know what the Greninja promo is doing. Celebrations is going kind of wild right now. And then of course Crown Zenith with the Lucario V-Star promo. It's another really nice promo. So I feel like the Sword and Shield is priced absolutely like correctly right now. And I do think Celebrations is going to do more. I do. I really, really think Celebrations is going to do more. Especially with the 30th anniversary. It's kind of like a no-brainer. But if you want to buy some ETBs and you're looking at specialty sets, you have your Sword and Shield ones that are still at affordable prices. that's kind of what it is right now. Shoot, there was something I really wanted to talk to, and it was there, and I was thinking of it before, and then it just like, oh, got it. All right. So, we were talking a little bit about yesterday about like these booster boxes and how like Pokemon's printing a lot of like collection boxes and ETBs and stuff like that instead of booster boxes. And I was looking at like Surging Sparks, and a lot of cards in Surging Sparks have tanked pretty bad. And the reason for that is there was more cards graded in Surging Sparks than there was Chilling Reign. And you have to think about this. Chilling Reign had a huge reprint that literally dropped it down to $79, $79, $80. And nobody wanted Chilling Reign. But they printed so much Surging Sparks, but it doesn't feel like it right now. But they printed so much Surging Sparks, and there was a recent booster box reprint. No one even talked about it. But people did get booster box cases. But Surging Sparks was, you know, everyone kept grading the cards, and there was so much out there. So if you want to add any cards from Surging Sparks, the Pikachu dropped substantially. The Milotic, yes, it's Milotic, not Milotic. Milotic was graded a whole bunch. The Latios are some of the most beautiful cards. Like, they dropped a little bit in price. The Ceruledge from Surging Sparks, that's one of my favorite like cards. Do I have that here? It might be in my case. The Ceruledge. So you have so many, you know, slabs and singles from Surging Sparks that have tanked in price because they were graded so much. And another reason, this is just a side note, that's why I like sealed product, because like no matter what, the PSA pops go up, but the sealed goes down. You can't reseal a box, so that's why I always like sealed. Don't get me wrong, I do like my slabs. Everyone's like, do you like slabs? Like, I really do like slabs. Like, I have a couple of my favorite Scarlet and Violet slabs right here. We have slab number 1 is going to be the Roaring Moon, and slab number 2 is going to be the Iron Valiant from Paradox Rift. Two absolutely beautiful stellar cards. I graded them both myself, but like, when you can grab some pretty cards, I mean, if Sword and Shield has showed us anything, it's that the PSA pops don't matter anymore. Umbreon's one of the most graded cards ever, right? And it's like, in the grand scheme of things, if you have, you know, millions of collectors out there, it's barely 1% that can, you know, own a PSA 10 Umbreon. Therefore, yes, you have these new cards, and they're graded a whole bunch, but at the end of the day, in the grand scheme of things, these new higher pops, they don't mean anything. When you have the demand that's there, it doesn't matter if, you know, people want them. It just, when you have this much of hype and, you know, this many people in the hobby nowadays, and it's only 1% of people that can own that card in a PSA 10, that's kind of crazy. So that's what we're starting to learn a little bit more, is that the pops don't matter. But if you want any Surging Sparks cards right now, and we're facing that dip when it comes to the singles, it kind of makes sense, because if Sword and Shield can say, hey, it doesn't matter that this card is a pop 14,000, 15,000, like, it's still going to go up, like the Tina, right? I think that's it might be still be under a sub 10,000, but that card is a couple grand now, and everyone thought it was crazy at $600, $700, and it just keeps going up, and the pop keeps going up. So the pops don't matter anymore. I know it's crazy to say that out loud, but to me, it just doesn't. I was looking at Black Bolt, White Flare like singles, like some of, you know, it has really nice illustration rares, some nice illustration rares. The prices of them have dropped pretty low. So like anything right now, illustration rare wise, you know, special illustration rare wise, 151 illustration rares, special illustration rares, they're going up in price. Don't get me wrong, but they're still affordable. And it really does look like 151 wells starting to dry. So I could only imagine what's going to happen with that. It's a super nostalgic set. Yes, the pops are super high, same thing, but when you have that demand for, you know, Kanto Pokemon, 151, the most nostalgic set ever, it doesn't matter. And it's crazy to say it, but it just doesn't. I don't know. But it's kind of interesting to see right now what's going on with Japanese product. I know no one likes to talk about the Japanese product, but we have to talk about it because it's the news of Pokemon. But with all the tariffs and the stuff happening overseas and how much it costs to get product, and then you're paying 30% tax on top of it, and it costs so much to have product shipped there. 151 Japanese, and it stinks because I sold a good amount, and now I'm starting to see it. But it looks like cases are starting to hit $2,000 because you were able to buy them from overseas for around, especially after that little jump, you were able to buy them overseas, shipped to your door at $1,600. But now, if you're getting that product shipped to your door at $1,600, you're going to pay another 30%. It's going to cost, all said and done, around $2,000 just to get to you. So we're starting to see Japanese product, jump up a little bit based on what's going on in the world. So if you do like to collect Japanese product, I like to have at least one of every box. I've done it since the Sun and Moon era. I used to get one rip and one keep sealed to see what the English product was going to be like. But Japanese 151 to me is just always going to be one of the most nostalgic sets. I've opened tons of it, and I remember when I pulled that God Pack, I was losing it. I was like a little kid again. I felt like a little kid inside. I was so excited. But yeah, Japanese product, and it's crazy because I thought we'd see way more Terrestrial Festival, which is the counterpart to Prismatic Evolutions, and it just seems like there's just never enough right now. There's never enough. Mega Evolutions pre-release prices seem to be hovering around $1,000 like MSRP. Like, we are seeing MSRP for pre-releases. Make sure if you are going to pre-release, everyone says don't do it. I've had such a good experience from my one store that I do it with, and they've stuck by it even when, they were pre-releasing cases at $600, then it went to $700, now it's at like MSRP. But if you want Mega Evolutions, that's kind of where that price is at. For the next set, I'm Phantom Forces Flashfire put together, right? I keep forgetting this set. I'm not even going to try. It's not on the top of my head, so I'm not even going to try. But that one seems to be pre-releasing at $200 a box. A lot can happen because we're not getting the Mega Evolutions till September. So, is it December? I don't know. But we still have about 4 or 5 months until that set's released. So a lot can happen. That's what you guys have to understand. That yes, the market is super crazy right now. People are hyped right now. We don't know how much Pokemon's going to print. We really have no idea. It could be a shit ton, or if it stays like this, then yes, nothing's going to change. But a lot can happen. I'm not saying go blow your wallet. I'm trying to keep it PG. Go blow your wallet and pay over $200 a box right now. I don't know if it's the right thing. Like I said, I pre-ordered a case, and just to have one. I do want to open some of the mega sets. But speaking of the mega sets, it seems like every day any of your XY mega sets are just skyrocketing right now, and it's just crazy. We have Primal Clash, $3,500. Roaring Skies, $4,700 to $5,000. Ancient Origins is currently at bid at $6,100. Flashfire, $10,000. Phantom Forces, $12,000. XY Base, I believe we hit 5. Furious Fist, I believe we hit 5. Oh my God. Breakpoint, $2,200. Fates Collide, $2,200. Breakthrough, $3,300. Steam Siege, over $1,000. XY Evolutions, $2,000. So any XY set, and people are speculating that like this is just the beginning of XY sets, which I think is crazy because I took so much profits because I just thought the prices were insane. And I sold a case last month of Ancient Origins, and I believe I got I got close to like 4 a box, and now they're at 6 a month later. So I don't know. I thought it would be there one day. I always had, a lot of love for that set. That's one of the main sets that got me back into Pokemon, along with Cosmic Eclipse, as most of you know. But it's fascinating to see these prices go up at this fast of a pace. But when they are going up at this fast of a pace, that's when you should be a little bit of alarmed, because the thing is, the faster it goes up, the faster it comes down. Yes, I love how it goes up because I have this product, but you also have to be a realist too. If things just keep going up 100%, 200%, 300%, it could go down 400% like that, right? But do I see that happening? I don't know. I don't see that much XY on, eBay. I barely see it on TCG Player. And it seems like every time there's a price hike, everybody goes on eBay, they change their price and put it at the new all-time high, and then they don't want to sell it because there's so many people like me who've held this for freaking 7, 6, 8 years. Like, why do they want to sell it, at a lower price than it was when they've been holding it this time? That's why I had people message me, hey, can I have an Ancient Origins box? I'm not in a rush because every time I sell something, a week later, it's double, where I could have just put it back into, vintage. So I'm trying to be a little more careful, and I'm also trying not to be greedy. I always say I'm not trying to get the top price, but I also don't want someone to be like, oh, they're going to buy it from me and they're going to charge, 300% and make a profit off of me, right? It's like, yeah, everybody eats, but it's just like, you don't have to get that greedy in the end, right? Everybody eats. I don't know. But that's basically what I'm doing. Most of you know that. I'm selling a lot of XY, a lot of Sun and Moon, and I'm putting it into the vintage stuff. And making sure, listen, I'm not getting rid of, listen to me. I am not getting rid of all my positions in XY and Sun and Moon. I'm just diversifying. Like, I'm getting rid of some boxes. Believe me, I still have a decent amount. XY is one of my favorite errors. I said it when it wasn't cool. And everyone's like, megas are cool now. It wasn't like that. I always loved the full arts. Especially the Lugia from Ancient Origins. I have a couple on my desk right now. I got a grade. I cracked it like 4 times. It's going to hit a 10. I'm telling you. It's a perfect XY card. The Primal Kyogre. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. Destin Rivals. Destin Rivals is, like, everyone's comparing it to Evolving Skies. But, like, guys, there was a time when you could buy Evolving Skies for $100, $120. There hasn't been a time where you could buy Destin Rivals at $100 to $120. That hasn't happened. It just hasn't. So when people are like, oh, Destin Rivals is like the next Evolving Skies, I don't believe that. But I do think Destin Rivals is a great set. But I haven't, and they're like, Evolving Skies did the same thing. No, it didn't. Evolving Skies, you were at least you had a shot at getting it for $100 to $120. Destin Rivals, that hasn't been the case at all. And I was looking at the box the other day, and I really think it's a nice box. I wish they had, see, this is what goes through my head. Bear with me for this, right? So you see this box right here? Now you see on the bottom right how, it has all the stripes. Imagine if the whole box was this color, right? Imagine if the whole box was this color and there was like a black R or a red R, or the box was black. It's just like they could have done so much. Like, the top is really neat. The sides are beautiful. Ho-Oh, dude, Ethan and Ho-Oh, Cynthia, Garchomp. Like, the potential was there, and they just, like this. They could have done something like this. So disappointing. Like, the potential was there. Like, all you have to do, Pokemon, is put the colors, make the box like this to this. It's so simple. We got to make booster boxes great again. Should we all email Pokemon? I don't think I have that much motion, but we all need to come together as a unit and tell Pokemon to start making booster boxes great again. It's driving me insane. Give me that art. Give me that art, baby. I need it. At least with Sword and Shield, we got stuff like this. Like, I would take this right now. I would take something like this. Damn it. Damn it. I don't know. I'm just trying to be consistent with the videos. I'm just having fun with it. For everybody that's here showing love and support, I appreciate you guys. For everybody's coming here with the negative, someone commented, I thought I unsubscribed. Baby, I thought I unsubscribed. That's so cool. Then why are you here, bro? Why? This channel, everyone's welcome. Listen, I don't care if you're from the Poke Cave, the Volt Squad, the Hanger Gang, even the Nomics people. I don't care. Just be positive, have fun. You can watch and like anyone you want. Enjoy it. Be happy. This is our escape from reality. more positivity. It is so much harder to be a dick than it is to be nice. Excuse my language. I'm sorry, everybody. But if you're miserable, you get nowhere in life. Law of attraction. Positivity attracts positive people. When I cut out all the negativity in my life, positive things happen. And people need to live by that. The secret. This is why I was so successful in life. When I went through my depression, my negativity, I found positivity. I found something else. And it was just like, if you go to a store and you're in a positive mood, you'll never know. You'll meet somebody, have the best conversation. If you're negative, you're only going to attract negative things in your life, right? If you work hard, you're going to gain money, all this stuff with it, right? It's the same thing. If you're working hard on your mentality, your mental space, only good things will happen, right? The guy wants to comment for like 30 seconds, something negative. Be better. Do better. I love you guys so much. Law of attraction. For everyone's favorite segment of the day, Pokemon pronunciation of the day. Bo 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 bo. All right, ready? Kid. Kid. Elekid. Not L-Kid. Elekid. Elekid. Say it with me. Kid. Elekid. When a storm approaches, this Pokemon gets restless. Once Elekid hears the sound of thunder, it gets full on rowdy. Woo! Elekid. Like, comment, subscribe. You guys are the very best.